The most effective form of firefighting is prevention. Because not everyone is an expert in fire safety, fire prevention programs are established to assist and educate members of the community. The fire safety inspection is an integral part of fire prevention. As a company officer, it is your responsibility to carry out fire safety inspections that educate owner-occupants and help enforce fire code. The fire safety inspection also provides you an opportunity for pre-incident planning. As you conduct fire safety inspections, you become familiar with the layout of the neighborhoods and businesses within your jurisdiction. You also establish a relationship with the owners and occupants within your community. You should already be familiar with the Fire Inspector's Guide and the Inspection Checklist. While you are not expected to know everything in the fire code, you should know where to find the basic information in the Fire Inspector's Guide. Before your inspection, review any available information from previous inspections. As a public servant, you hold a position of trust. Be courteous and respectful. Always invite a representative from the business to accompany you on the inspection. Introduce yourself and your crew. Thank the owner-occupant for taking the time to meet with you. Demonstrate empathy and understanding throughout the inspection. No one wants to be unsafe. Safety violations are most often the result of inexperience or lack of knowledge. Your expertise can be a source of help to the owner or manager in identifying risks and finding solutions to correct safety hazards. Our goal is to help the owner-occupant do business. Safe, clean, and well-maintained businesses are more apt to be a long-term part of our community. As you approach the inspection site, be alert and aware of the surroundings. Observe the conditions both inside and outside the structure through the lens of fire prevention. Throughout the inspection, keep in mind the following questions. Does this present a hazard? Why is this a hazard, and how can I best explain this to the owner-occupant? What can be done to eliminate this hazard? As part of your inspection, you will consider each of the following essential aspects of fire safety. These will be covered in more detail throughout this module. 1. Determine the occupancy type of the building to be inspected. If occupancy type has changed, note that in your records. Identify any hazards or code requirements specific to the occupancy. Verify the number of stories matches that on the previous inspection report. Observe the proximity of the building to other structures. Note any construction, renovation, or demolition activities. 2. Make sure the addresses on the building and the building numbers are correct and visible. Ensure adequate access is available for fire apparatus to approach the site and respond to a potential incident. Note the hydrant placement and condition. Verify sufficient access to water and other necessary fire service features. 3. Identify general fire hazards of the occupancy, paying particular attention to combustibles and potential heat or ignition sources. 4. Determine the location and ensure proper maintenance and operation of building systems and services. 5. Confirm fire protection systems are properly maintained and in good working order. 6. Identify proper labeling, storage, and handling of any hazardous materials. 7. One of the most important parts of the inspection is ensuring the means of egress is adequate and unimpeded. Be thorough in your inspection. Don't hesitate to ask necessary questions of the owner-occupant. Keep detailed notes, including, when possible, a sketch of the general layout of the occupancy. This will also be useful in your pre-plan. As you identify risks, provide suggestions to alleviate them. Keep in mind, fire safety codes are usually a minimum standard of fire prevention. Some areas, such as research and development or other sensitive areas, may not be accessible. Make a note of any areas you are not allowed to access and include that in your report. Be aware of what type of situations will warrant a call to the local fire prevention bureau, the fire marshal, or the fire chief. Some violations are such they may be corrected immediately while you are on the premises. Document these violations along with those that will require a follow-up. At the end of the inspection, review your findings with the owner-occupant or other designated representative. Begin by addressing successes first, then cover violations in a cooperative, helpful manner. Schedule a follow-up inspection if needed, allowing the owner-occupant adequate time to address any violations or risks identified in the inspection report. Leave a copy of the report, identifying any violations and suggested corrections for the property owner or manager. Keep a copy of your report for the department. Thank the owner-occupant again for his or her time. Follow up. If you say you will be back in 1 week, be sure to go back in 1 week. An inspection isn't concluded until you have completed the follow-up. Effective fire safety inspections help sustain safe and successful businesses that strengthen your community.